Hi, I just wanted to record this before I forget exactly what happened because it is a very funny story. This happened to me on the Trolley bus in Vladimir, which, if you don't know, is a small rural city of about 300,000 people, about 2 hours to the east of Moscow. 3 or 4 hours in Moscow traffic. So I got on this bus, trolleybus, and it's 11 rubles, which is like 30 cents, 30 US cents, and I was with a friend, and a man came over and offered to buy our tickets for us, and we were sort of confused because they're very cheap, but we allowed him to, because that was nice of him, and he was sort of persistent, and it was kind of the first time I'd been creeped on in Russia. I'm looking at notes, so that I don't forget anything. I was all dolled up earlier. I've changed now, to be cozy at, my host mother's house. I'm in my room now, but I was all dolled up, had my hair done, my makeup done, and everything, and so did the girl I was with, and, you know, we felt actually a little flattered by this guy. He was, like, trying to chat us up in English very poorly, kept asking us, coffee, chai, coffee, chai, coffee, chai, coffee, tea, coffee, tea, coffee, tea, and we were like, no, сейчас, now, you want us to drink tea with you right now, that's weird, no, and stuff like that, so we kept being like, no, нет, надо идти домой, моя хозяйка, надо мне домой, my host mother needs me at home right now, no, he was probably drunk and he smelled a little bit of alcohol, and then this girl I was with, her stop came, so she got off the trolleybus, and then it was just me and this guy, and he had me kind of backed into a corner. I'm very bad at standing on these things, and so I always put myself in the corner so I can hold on, you know, to, oh, my hands look weird, but you know what I mean, right? Like, so that I don't fall over. So I was kind of in the corner, and he was kind of leaning over me a little bit, and he smelled like alcohol, and now I was kind of alone with him. He was being more persistent. He was like, what is your name? What is your name? What's your name? My name, Alexei. And I said, because I didn't know what else to say, I said, my name is Anna. My name is Anna. And then he took out his phone, and he, asked me for my phone number. And at first I didn't know what to do. So I sort of glanced around me, and I made eye contact with a woman and a couple of guys over this guy's shoulder. So, like, I saw that they were watching, that we'd attracted some attention, and that they thought this was sort of entertaining, but they were not smiling. Russians don't ever smile, though, so I couldn't really read the emotions going on there. But yeah, I made eye contact with them, so I knew that they were watching. So I said, "Нет, no." And he leaned in close, like he didn't understand what I was saying, and I made it very clear, I'm going over here now. I'm going over here. Goodbye. No. So that the people on the bus, it was very clear to them what was happening, what my reaction was, that I was not happy, where I was or what was going on, that I was not comfortable, and I raised my voice a little bit and said, "Niet, niet." And he kind of wasn't moving, and he was kind of still leaning over me, and that was uncomfortable for me. And I was backed up into this corner of this trolleybus. And so once again, I made eye contact with these people over his shoulder and saw that they were still watching, and saw that if I had said, "Pomogите mnie," help me, they would have felt obligated to assist, but right now it was still in amusing drunk guy, not dangerous drunk guy place, to them, not to the point where they were going to interfere unless I asked for help. And so the guy was staring at me, and I made eye contact with him, and I stared right into his eyes, for Russians have very blue eyes, so I'm staring into his eyes. He's staring right at me, and I said, "Ne хочу давайте мне номер телефон." Firmly as I could. "Не хочу, не хочу." And he pretended he didn't understand, so I just kept saying, "Ne хочу, ne хочу." I was trying to say, "I'm not giving you my phone number, creep." What I said actually translates as, "I don't want you give by me number telephone." Which sort of means I'm a scared American girl who doesn't speak Russian and is making the whole bus stare at you with her really strange speaking. This is getting kind of awkward now. And I think the pressure of the stairs was kind of getting to him more than anything that I said. I was certainly making a scene of it. It was very clear. I think I made it very clear that if he came any closer, I was only going to keep refusing and only going to keep making a scene. There were officials on the bus that I could have asked for help from, if I knew the Russian for help, which he was not certain I knew. It was very clear that I did not speak Russian very well. It was very clear that I did not understand what people were saying to me very well, or the social norms at all. And I don't know, I like to think that something was pressuring him, so he sort of backed off a little bit, and when a seat freed up, he was like, "Sit down, go sit down, go sit down, go sit down," sort of like, "You can leave now," almost telling me it was okay if I left his presence now, which is ridiculous, but I'll take it. And I didn't sit, and I didn't leave, because I didn't want to do anything he told me to do. I was so pissed off at this guy. But at the next stop, I did get off the bus. It was the stop before mine. Partially, I didn't want him to know what stop was mine. Call me paranoid. Partially because I just didn't want to deal with that any longer, and partially because it did feel safer to leave earlier, as soon as possible. So yeah, I got off the bus and I walked the rest of the way home, which is only about 10 minutes longer than it needed to be. But I just kept thinking, what should I have done? Like, what if he'd touched me? Like, what if he'd touched my arm? Should I have screamed? Should I have yelled for help? Should I have asked for help? Should I have said something to one of the people on that bus? What was their responsibility as bystanders? And, like, what was my responsibility as just a chick trying to get home from class on the trolleybus? I just want to come back to my host mother's apartment and put on this sweatshirt and take off the stupid makeup and sit in my host guest bedroom thing and make a video about what happened, or I don't know. I don't want to deal with this. What's my responsibility in dealing with this? I decided, if he touched me, if he tried to make me do anything, if he had been more persistent, I probably would have made more of a scene. Definitely would have cried, just because I cry easily, and I would have been very scared at that point. I think it is embarrassing to make a young foreign woman cry, in broken Russian, asking for help very poorly, and I think embarrassment is a powerful emotion, so I like to think that, by doing something, by raising my voice, by making sure people were paying attention, I was making myself safer, but I honestly don't know. I honestly have no clue whether it was better to tell him, "Niet, niet, ne hachu, no, I don't want to, or if I should have just kept making excuses. No, my host mother wants me back home, I'm sorry, I can't, I don't understand, I'm sorry, I speak the language very poorly, all of which is true, I speak the language very poorly, and I didn't understand a lot of what he was saying. He asked me something about the sun at some point. He was very strange and very drunk, and I understand very poorly, but I don't know if I was making myself safer. I don't know if there is a way to know that. I like to think that someone would stop in and help me if things went from creepy drunk hitting on obviously not interested girl to a guy harassing sobbing woman, but I don't know, and that's not a nice feeling, and I think that's why I got off the trolley early, because I didn't want to risk getting into a place where no one comes when you call Pomagiti Minya. And I hope not to get into that place again, but I know there will always be drunk creepers, and I will always be expected to fend them off by myself. I don't know what I will do to the next guy who won't go away. Will I hit him? I thought about punching this guy. I thought, if he touches my arm, if he grabs my arm right now, I'm going to punch him in his chubby face. I'm going to punch that smile right off his face, and then I'm probably going to get arrested, and I'm going to go to Russian prison, and that's going to suck. Will I tell him to go to hell? Kchortu. We've been joking around with this word kchortu, to the devil with you. But I could have actually used it today. And I didn't. I made a choice not to. I didn't remember it. But it didn't occur to me. It didn't occur to me to tell him kchortu. If this ever happens again, will someone help me? Or will we be the evening's entertainment, like we were tonight? How many times am I going to just sit there and listen and try to ignore people? Will I ever call police on someone like that? And would that even help? And I don't know, and these things are sort of complicated and hard to understand, especially since there's a huge language barrier and a huge cultural difference here. But I thought I would share this experience I had and maybe ask if you have something to add to the conversation to make a video response to this.